So everybody, welcome back again. So we were doing annuity and its applications. We have started with annuity and its applications. So first we understood what is the meaning. What I said you, total 3 words are there. There must be an equal stream of cash flows. They must be made for a limited period of time and they must be made regularly. That is, time gap between two things must remain same. Next, if you remember, I said you, if this limited period of time concept is not validated, we don't call it as an annuity, rather we call it as perpetuity. Next, I said you, we are having two types of annuity, ordinary annuity or annuity regular. Next one is annuity due or annuity immediate. In ordinary annuity, the payments or receipts are made at the end of the period. In annuity due, they are made at the beginning of the period. In ordinary annuity, if you are making deposit for n years, you're going to get this interest for all n-1 years. Be careful, n-1 years. Means in annuity due, you will get interest for one extra year. For one additional year, you are going to get interest. Okay. Next. So these were the things we have seen regarding types of annuity. Now, how will you identify in the question? If the question is silent or question says at the end of the period, then it is ordinary annuity. Question says starting today or beginning now. In that case, you will be telling annuity due. Next, after that, we have started with ordinary annuity future value. Now, what do you mean by future value, my dear friends? All the amounts you are transporting to future. All the amounts, if you transport it to future, we call it as future value. It can be either ordinary annuity or it can be either annuity due. Now, ordinary annuity, how will you calculate? It will be A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 divided by I. Annuity due, future value of ordinary annuity into 1 plus I will give you annuity due, right? These are the formulas what we have seen regarding ordinary annuity and annuity due. Now, after this, I hope we have started with sinking fund also. And I said you in sinking fund, future value will be given. The amount will be missing. We'll go ahead and we'll calculate that amount. Next step. So 2-3 sums are pending with respect to sinking fund. We can complete those 2-3 sums. Our concept of future value will be completed. We can go ahead and we can start with present value. So today our aim will be to complete present value sums. We are having good number of sums on present value. Our aim will simply be to complete those sums. Now you remember I said you how to compute future value of annuity due in the calculator. How will you do? 1 plus I into 1 equal to symbol n times grand total into A. I said don't use this technique just for your idea to know that so that your people will know that there's a technique like this. I said you that. Okay. However, don't use that because present value I'll be teaching you how to do it in calculator. So only that you're going to use. Now, let's proceed further, my dear friends. 2-3 sums are pending. Let's complete those sums. Now, question number 18. Question number 18, 19 will complete. He's telling an equipment costs 46,000. Sorry, I hope there was a light net issue in between. 1 minute. So, Geeta, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope everything screen is also visible.
Yes, sir.
Now, so let's continue 18th one. He's telling an equipment costs 46,000 and its effective life is estimated to be 10 years. A sinking fund is created for replacing the equipment at the end of its effective life when the scrap realizes a sum of 6,000 only. Calculate the amount which would be provided every year for the sinking fund. It accumulates at a compound interest of 7% per annum. Now, first let us try to understand the sum what is telling. It's quite simple sum. Question number 18th one. Now, let's see this 18th question. Now, let's see what he's telling. He's telling you are trying to create a sinking fund. Okay, sir. Where is the question? An equipment costs 46,000 and its effective life is estimated to be 10 years. Its effective life is estimated to be 10 years. Next, after this, you are supposed to replace the machine with a new machine. Next, rate of interest is given as 7%. Now, right now, the cost of the machine is 46,000. In future, when you replace it, you require 46,000 rupees again. But when you are replacing it, obviously, old machine you'll sell and you'll replace. What is the value of old machine which you are going to sell? The value of old machine which you are going to sell is 6,000 rupees. So how much you will receive if you sell this? You will receive something 40,000. Okay. So future value of ordinary annuity is equals to 40,000. I need to calculate how much I will deposit every year. That is, I need to calculate the value of A. Let's compute. So future value of ordinary annuity is equals to A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 whole divided by I. So 40,000 is equals to A value we don't know into R is 7%. So I is 0.07. So 1.07 whole power 10 minus 1 whole divided by 0.07. Let's do cross multiplication. 40,000 into 0.07. We'll get it as 2,800 is equals to A into 1.07 whole power 10. So 1.07 whole power 10 value is already given 1.9671. You want to calculate? You can calculate. There is no issue. So 2,800 is equals to A into 0.9671. That is 1.9671 minus 1. Therefore, A is equals to 2,800 whole divided by 0.9671. 0.9671. So what is the resultant? The resultant is 2895.25. 2895.25. Simple sum, sir. Nothing much complication here. Quite simple. Now, let's go ahead and let's try the next one. Let's try the ninth one. He's telling a new textile machinery is purchased at the cost of 20,000. It is decided to set aside every year a sum of money that would provide for the replacement of machinery by a new model after 10 years at an estimated price 10% higher than the present value. At a 10% higher than the present value. Find the amount that should be set aside annually to us to accumulate a 2.5% compound interest. Okay. It's quite simple sum, my dear friends. Again, see here. Question number 19. If you see, is telling a new textile machinery is purchased right now at a cost of 20,000. You want to replace it after 10 years. After 10 years, you want to replace it with a new machine. So 20,000 plus 10%, which is 22,000. You want to replace it with extra 10% revenue. So 20,000 plus 10%, you will get 22,000. Next, is telling rate of interest is 2.5%. Question is, every year, how much money you need to set aside? Again, what's happening? Future value of ordinary annuity is given. The value of A is missing. Okay, which we need to calculate again. So future value of ordinary annuity is equals to 22,000. So A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 whole divided by I is equals to 22,000. A value is missing. R is 2.5% means I is equals to 0.025. Simple. R by 100 will be give you the value of I. So 1.025 whole power 10 minus 1 divided by 0.025 is equals to 22,000. Cross multiplication. A into 1.025 value is already given. He has given the value as 1.28008 minus 1 is equals to 22,000. 22,000 into 0.025. So we'll get 550. Now next step. A into 0.28008 is equal to 550. Let's do cross multiplication. A is equal to 550 whole divided by 0.28008 and by 0.28008. So how much we have? 1,963.72. So approximately I'll say it is 1,964. 1,964. 1,963 we don't have in the options. 0.72. Only 25 paisa extra, right? It's fine. We should not cry for that 25 paisa extra. So answer is 1964 approximately. So my dear friends, I hope all the concepts of future value are clear. We have done future value of ordinary annuity. We have done future value of annuity due. So future value of ordinary annuity into 1 year extra interest will give you future value of annuity due. Then we have done sums on compulsory. We have done sums on sinking fund as well. So I hope all the points regarding this future value are clear. Now let's go ahead and let's try to solve the sums on the basis of present value. Now from present value, we are starting question number 20 to question number 30. 10 questions we are having on present value, then perpetuity, then applications of annuity concept to leasing expenditure and bonds. So if you do this and little previous year questions which are not covered here, we'll be done with the concept. Done and dusted. Okay. And after the CAGR is also there for us, compound annual growth rate, that also we'll need to do. Now, let us start, my dear friends. Let us start problems on present value of annuity. They're quite simple. Now, let me come back. Now, future value of ordinary annuity. What do you mean by future value of ordinary annuity? It is the future value of all the payments or receipts on the basis of ordinary annuity. All the future value, if you send all the payments to future, we call it as future value. Sir, then what about this present value? Present value means you are bringing all the amounts to present. If you bring all the amounts to present, we call it as present value. If you take all the amounts to future, it is called as future value. Simple. Okay. So what is the present value? It is present value of all the amounts, all the payments or receipts made on basis of ordinary annuity. You remember, my dear friends, how will you compute future value and present value? Future value will be into 1 plus I whole power n. Now, let me take it back to you. Now, if principal is given, if you add 10%, you will get accumulated amount. For accumulated amount, if you remove 10%, you will get principal. How will you add and remove? By doing plus 10% minus 10%? No. You will do it by multiplying with 1 plus I and dividing it with 1 minus I. When you are bringing everything to present value, what you will do, you will simply do divided by 1 plus I. When you are taking everything to future, you will do into 1 plus I. Simple? Yes, sir, simple. Now, so let me take the same example, my dear friends. What I've taken earlier on this was the example what we have taken on ordinary annuity. Now, and this is the example what we have done on the basis of annuity due. It jumped back. This is the example what we have done on the basis of ordinary annuity, and this is the example what we have done on annuity due. Let me take the same example and let me teach you the conversion of these things into present value and future value. Now, Jan, this is the given example for us with respect to present value of ordinary annuity. Now, in this example, I'll teach you how to compute present value of ordinary annuity. And in the same example, I'll teach you how to compute present value of annuity due also. The same example what I taught you earlier, I'm taking the same example once again. That's ordinary annuity example. This is the ordinary annuity example. I hope what we have taken. Now, in future value, what happened, my dear friends? All the amounts you are transporting to future. But in present value, what happens? All the amounts you don't transport to future, rather you bring it to present. Let me help you with the help of an example. Now, look into this example itself. What I'll do in this example, all the amounts I'll bring it to present. Okay. Now, what is the present date what you are having? January 1st, 2020. This 10,000 what is there, I'll bring it to present. Next, this 10,000 what is there, I'll bring it to present. Next, this 10,000 what is there, even this I'm going to bring it to present. All this 10,000 I'm going to bring it to present. Sir, how you are going to bring it to present? Sir, simple. How will you send it to future? By adding interest. How will you bring it to present? By deducting interest. But deducting means you will not do minus, you will do divided by. So here 10,000 divided by 1.1. Sir, why 1.1? Rate of interest is 10%, right? Here 10,000 divided by 1.1 whole square. Here 10,000 divided by 1.1 whole cube. Sir, why like that? Simple. What is the time gap between January 1st and December 31st? 1 year. Time gap between January 1st and December 31st, 2021? 2 years. January 1st, 2020 and December 31st, 2022, how many years? 3 years. So that's the reason I'm doing divided by 1.1 whole power n, whole power 1, 1.1 whole square, 1.1 whole cube. Now 10,000 whole divided by 1.1. We will get 9090.90. Next 10,000 divided by 1.1 whole square. 8264.46. Divided by 1.1 whole cube. 7513.14. So what would you think the total would be? Total of all these three things will simply be 24,868.51. Okay. Let me check once again. 24,868.51. So present value of ordinary annuity. What is this thing what we are doing, my dear friends? We are simply doing present value of ordinary annuity. So what is the present value of ordinary annuity? So present value of ordinary annuity is what we are doing. So what is the present value of ordinary annuity? Present value of ordinary annuity will be, present value of ordinary annuity of 10,000 made for 3 years would be 24,868.51. Okay. So I hope the point is clear, my dear friends. Now the same example, let's us do on the base of annuity due, and let's see how much difference we will get. The same example what I've taken earlier, I'll take it on the base of annuity due right now. Copy. Now let's do the same example, present value of annuity due. Let me do the ordinary annuity sum on the base of annuity due right now. Paste. Now, in previous example, my dear friends, all the payments or receipts, where did we bring it to? We brought it to January 1st, 2020, right? Here also, everything I'll bring it to January 1st, 2020 itself. Now, already this is on January 1st, 2020 itself. So no need to bring it back again because it is on January 1st, 2020 itself. So divided by 1.1 whole square, divided by 1.1 whole power 1, divided by 1.1 whole square. Sir, why like that, sir? Simple. What's the time gap between January 1st, 2020 and January 1st, 2021? 1 year. So that's the reason I'm doing whole power 1. January 1st, 2020 and January 1st, 2022, 2 years. That's the reason I'm doing whole square. Now, what is 10,000 divided by 1.1? 10,000 whole divided by 1.1. It is 9090.90. Next, 8264.46. So let's add the three things. Which three things are 10,000, 9090, 8264. 10,000 plus 9090.9090 plus 8264.46. So resultant will be 27,355.36 approximately. Okay. So what is the present value of annuity due, my dear friends? 27,355.36. What is present value of ordinary annuity? 24,868.51. Sir, but we remember that you said me ordinary annuity and annuity due difference is only 1 year interest. For ordinary annuity, if you add 1 year interest, you said you will get annuity due. Then why you have done all this nonsense? Let us see that also. What is present value of ordinary annuity? Present value of ordinary annuity. How much you have present value of ordinary annuity? 24,868.51. Present value of annuity due 27,355.36. Means I will say difference between ordinary annuity and annuity due is only 1 year interest. So either I'll multiply with 1.1 or I'll simply do plus 10%. Let's check whether we are getting or not. 24,868.51 plus 10%. We are getting 27,355.36. Yes, sir, you are getting. Then why this nonsense? Not required. Simply, for present value of ordinary annuity, you do into 1 plus I, you will get present value of annuity due. Simple logic. Okay. Now, so if I want to write here, this is present value of ordinary annuity. If I want to write here present value of annuity due, I'll write present value of ordinary annuity into 1 plus I, or I will do present value of ordinary annuity plus R percentage. Simple, sir. Game over. Sir, okay, game over related to annuity due. But what about ordinary annuity? You gave such a complicated procedure for ordinary annuity. How will we do in the examination if 10, 20 years are there? There is no issue. Use the calculator technique, what I'll teach you now. Now, what is the formula? You are having multiple formulas. First formula, A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 whole divided by I into 1 plus I whole power n. This is the first formula. Now, what is the amount we are having? 10,000 into R is 10%, R is 10%. So obviously I will be equals to R by 100. So 1.1 whole power 3 minus 1 divided by 0.1 into 1.1 whole cube. So 10,000 into, what is 1.1 whole cube? 1.331 minus 1 divided by 0.1 into 1.331. So 10,000 into 0.331 divided by 0.1 into 1.331. Let's do it. 10,000 into 0.331 divided by 0.1 divided by 1.331. So you are having 24,868.51. Didn't we get the same thing? Yes, sir, we got the same thing. So what is the first formula what you can use? A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 divided by I. Or there is second formula what you can use. Second formula is A divided by I into 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus I whole power n. This is the second formula. Sir, first formula and second formula looks the same for me. Yes, my friend, first formula and second formula is same. If you take LCM of this will go here and it will be 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 divided by 1 plus I whole power n. So first formula and second formula both are same. There is no change. Next, third formula. Third formula will be future value of ordinary annuity divided by 1 plus I whole power n. Sir, for what all these formulas are? All these formulas are for, again, I don't want you to get confused. Let me write it off here. All the formulas what I am teaching you are for present value of ordinary annuity. Annuity due formula I said you already. What is annuity due formula? Ordinary annuity into 1 plus I. It will give you annuity due. So what I am teaching here? Ordinary annuity formulas I am teaching. So future value of ordinary annuity divided by 1 plus I whole power. Sir, why you wrote like this? You remember future value of ordinary annuity? What is the formula? A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 divided by I. This is future value of ordinary annuity. Here you are having 1 plus I whole power n. I hope these two formulas are same. Yes, sir, these two formulas are same. That is the reason I have written future value of ordinary annuity divided by 1 plus I whole power n. Generally, this third formula will not be tested. But since it is there for us, I wrote it. But what is important is the second formula. Now, fourth method. How to do it in calculator. Calculator, present value of ordinary annuity is equals to A into present value annuity factor. This is the formula. Present value of ordinary annuity is equals to A into present value annuity factor. So this is important. It's better in the examination to use the calculator technique only. Okay. So what is this present value annuity factor? Present value annuity factor will be 1 divided by 1 plus I equal to symbol n times and grand total. If you do this, you will get present value annuity factor. So simply I will say A into present value annuity factor will give you present value of ordinary annuity. Okay. So I hope the point is clear, everybody. Now what I'll do is, and don't worry regarding calculator part, it's my headache to teach you that. Now I'll teach first, let me give you 2-3 examples. I want you people to solve that example using the formula. After solving that example using formula, I will solve those examples using calculator technique. Okay. So I hope the logic, what I'm telling you, I hope it's fine. You are agreeing with the point what I'm telling you. Yes, sir, we are agreeing with the point. Then let me give you an examples. One example I'll solve, don't worry for you. So balance 2 examples you can solve. Example. A is given as 1,000. Time period is given as 10 years. Rate of interest is given as 6%. I want you to calculate present value of ordinary annuity, present value of annuity due. This is first example. Next, second example. A is equal to 5,000. N is equal to 12 years. Rate of interest is given as 5%. I want you to calculate present value of ordinary annuity and present value of annuity due. First, let me do this example number 1. After that, you can pause the video and you can do example number 2 and you can check your answer. So present value of ordinary annuity will be A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 whole divided by I into 1 plus I. So A is 1,000 into 1 plus I whole power n, 1 plus I whole power 1 point, R is 6% means I is equal to 6 by 100, which is 0.06. 1.06 whole power 10 minus 1 whole divided by 0.06 into 1.06 whole power 10. Sorry, this is I divided by 1 plus I whole power n. I forgot that n. Now, 1,000 into 1.06 whole power 10. 1.06 into 1 equal to symbol 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1.7984 minus 1, 1.79084, sorry. 1.79084 minus 1 whole divided by 0.06 into 1.79084. So 1,000 into 0.79084 whole divided by 0.06 into 1.79084. Sir, the sum is becoming so lengthy. No problem. I'll teach you how to do in the calculator. So 1,000 into 0.79084 divided by 0.06 divided by 1.79084. So you will get 7360. So present value of ordinary annuity is 7360. Sir, then what about present value of annuity due? Simple, dude. Present value of ordinary annuity into 1.06. Or you can do plus 6%. So 7360 plus 6%, 7801.6. Or you can do 7360 into 1.06. 7360 into 1.06. 7801.6. So I hope the point is clear, my dear friends. It's nothing much difficulty here. It's quite simple. Now, I want you to solve the second one. I'll give you third one also. A is given as 10,000. N is given as 11 years. R is given as 10%. I want you to compute present value of ordinary annuity, present value of annuity due. Okay. Now, try pausing the video and solving second and third, then we can look into the answers. So I hope you tried this second and third one. Now let's look into the second and third one. Second one, he's telling ordinary annuity and annuity due. So present value of ordinary annuity will be 44,316.258. Present value of annuity due will be 46,532.07. If you got the exact answers, it's fine. If you got any approximate answer, 2-3 rupees difference, that's also fine. If you didn't get the answer, even that is fine, because I'll teach you how to do it in calculator. That is more simple than this complicated process. Next. So again, in the next one, present value of ordinary annuity is 64,950. Present value of annuity due is 71,445. Now, let me teach you first one, second one, and third one, all the three in calculator. Now, if you see, my dear friends, what is the calculator technique? Calculator technique will be present value of ordinary annuity will be equals to A into present value annuity factor. Now, how will you compute this present value annuity factor? Present value annuity factor will be 1 divided by 1 plus I equal to symbol n times and grand total. After getting present value annuity factor, you'll simply go ahead and you'll multiply with A. Okay. Now, let me show you these things. Now, we have example 1, example 2, and example 3. I'll show this example 1, 2, and 3 in the calculator now. I'll use this calculator technique and I'll show you so that you can try it by yourself. All the three examples I'll show you. Later on, I'll give you one sum which you can try in your calculator. Now, let me show it in your calculator. Please keep your calculator ready. Sorry. So please look here, everybody. Now, for the first one, this is the first question which we are supposed to solve. So if you see, this is the first question, right? A is equals to 10,000, N is equals to 10 years, R is equal to 6%. Now, how are we supposed to solve this? How are we supposed to solve this in the calculator? Let me show you. Let me add a page. So for this first example, what I'm going to do? For the first example, simply what I'll do, I will do 1 divided by, what is the rate of interest? 1.06. I'll do 1 divided by 1.06 equal to symbol. How many times I'm going to press? Equal to symbol. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press it 10 times. 1 divided by 1.06 equal to symbol 10 times. Then I'll go ahead and I'll press grand total. Okay. After pressing grand total, I'll simply multiply it with how much amount we are having? 1,000. See here. I'll do 1 divided by 1.06 equal to symbol 10 times grand total into 1,000. Now let me show it. 1 divided by 1.06. Now I'll press equal to symbol 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'll press grand total into 1,000. So how much we got? 7360. So how much did we get, my dear friends? We got 7360. Even in calculator also we got 7360. Now let me show this second one in the calculator. How will you do this second one in the calculator? One, see here. Let me show you this second one in calculator. If you want to do second one in calculator, it will be 1 divided by, rate of interest is 5%, 1 divided by 1.05 equal to symbol 12 times grand total. After pressing grand total, you'll simply multiply with 5,000. So 1 divided by 1.05 equal to symbol 12 times grand total into 5,000. Let's do it in the calculator. 1 divided by symbol 1.05 equal to symbol how many times? 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Equal to symbol 12 times. Now, after pressing equal to symbol 12 times, simply what you'll do, you press grand total into 5,000. So, how much we'll get? 44,316.25. You got the same thing? Yes, sir, we got the same thing, 44,316.258. Now, let me do the third one. Now, coming to the third one, A is 10,000, N is equal to 11 years, R is 10%. Let me do it in the calculator. Third one. Again, the same thing what we'll be doing 1 divided by 1.1 equal to symbol 11 times, because 11 years, grand total into 10,000. 1 divided by 1.1 equal to symbol 11 times grand total into 10,000. Let me do it for you. Where's the calculator? Calculator is over here. 1 divided by 1.1 equal to symbol 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, grand total into 10,000. How much we got? 64,950.6. Did we get the same answer? Yes, sir, we got the same answer. Rather, we got 64. 1 minute, let me show it to you. So, we got the same answer. Rather, we got 64,950. Okay. So, I hope the point is clear, everybody, how to do it in the calculator. Yes, I hope the points are clear to do in the calculator. Nothing much difficulty. They're quite simple. Now, let me give you one sum. Solve it in the calculator and tell me what is the answer. Okay. Now, this one I'll not show you because already I showed you enough sums. 3 sums we have seen in calculator. Please try doing it by yourself and tell. Do only in calculator. Don't do it normally. A is equals to 200. N is equals to 24 years. And R is equals to 0.75%. If R is 0.75%, what will be I? 0.0075. This is one example. Next example, A is equals to 3,000. N is equals to 5 years. R is equal to 15%. Compute present value of ordinary annuity. Compute present value of ordinary annuity. How will you compute? First case, 1 divided by 1.0075 equal to symbol 24 times grand total into 200. In the second case, 1 divided by 1.15 equal to symbol 5 times grand total into 3,000. Go ahead and solve these two, my dear friends. Pause the video, solve it, and then check your answer. Now, so if you see what you'll get the answer for this first example, 1 divided by 1.0075 equal to symbol 24 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Grand total into A is 200. So we have 4,377.82. So in the first case, answer is 4,377.82. So what about second case, sir? 1 divided by 1.15 equal to symbol 3 times. Sorry, equal to symbol 5 times grand total into 3,000. So we have 10,056 0.46. Okay, sir, it is clear how to compute present value of ordinary annuity. So I hope it is clear how to compute present value of annuity due also. Because what you'll do for present value of ordinary annuity, you'll go ahead and you'll simply apply plus R% or into 1 plus R. Now question comes, where you will be using present value. Many times what happens, students get confused whether to solve the sum on future value or present value. Let me tell you. Where all you will be using present value of annuity. Present value of annuity. In this following cases, blindly you will be using present value of annuity. What do you mean by present value, my dear friends? All the amounts you're bringing to present. If these keywords you will find in the question, then blindly you have to use present value of annuity itself. You should not think. Let me give you. First one, loan. When you'll take loan, today or in future? Obviously, sir, today only we will take no loan. I want money now. Obviously, I'll take money now only. So for loan, what you will apply? Present value. Next, borrowing. For loan or borrowing, what you will apply? Present value. Now, my dear friends, in loan or borrowing, what happens? You will take the loan today. The entire loan will be taken today. You will go ahead and you will pay the installments every year or every period. Okay. So whole loan amount will be taken today. The installments will be paid every year. Since all loan amount is taken today, we call it as present value sum. So whenever you see loan or borrowing, you will go ahead and you will calculate present value. Okay. Next, in case of cash down or in case of purchase value computation, in case of cash down and purchase value computation, you will go ahead and you will be using present value. Sir, what is cash down? I'll tell you while doing this. Don't worry. We are having good number of sums. At that time, we'll discuss what is cash down. In case of pension, the two whole commuted pension. Sir, what is commuted pension? That also I'll let you know. When the question is specifically asking you to compute present value of annuity. Be careful, my dear friends, when your question is asking only present value. That is the sums what we have done earlier, those are compound interest sums. Question must use the word annuity or installment, then only you will do this annuity concept. Okay. Sir, okay, sir, fine. Sir, what if question is silent? Already we'll go, every time we'll get this doubt. No, if question is silent, what method you will apply? Simple. If question is silent, calculate future value of annuity. If question is silent, you will calculate future value of annuity. Remember, my dear friends, if question is silent, will it be ordinary annuity or annuity due? It will be ordinary annuity. In the same way, if the question is silent, it will be future value or present value, future value. These are the only 5 cases in the whole world where present value will be applied. There is no other case in the world where present value will be applied. Those 5 cases are loan, borrowing, cash down, pension, present value computation. These are the only 5 things in the whole world you will go ahead and you will apply present value. So whenever any annuity sum is given in the examination, whenever any annuity sum is given in the examination, what will be your thought process? How will you think to solve the sum? Thought process is simple. First, you need to identify, is it annuity sum or not? Whether it is annuity sum or not. How will you identify whether it is annuity sum or not? In the question, the word annuity will be given, or in the question, the word installment will be given, or in the question, the word regular payment or receipts will be given. The word annuity will be given, or the word regular payment or receipts will be given, or the word installments will be given. If these 3 words are given, I'll say that is annuity sum. Next, sir, what I'll do, after identifying it's an annuity sum, identify whether it is ordinary annuity or annuity due. Ordinary annuity or annuity due. How will you identify, sir? Simple. Question is silent. Ordinary annuity. Beginning now, annuity due. Beginning later, beginning at the end, ordinary annuity. Question is silent. Ordinary annuity today or beginning now. Annuity due in the future or at the end. Ordinary annuity. Next, you will go ahead and you will identify whether it is present value or future value of annuity. Present value or future value of annuity. Sir, how will you identify this? It is simple. What you will do? 5 keywords are there. Loan, borrowing, cash down, pension, present value. If these 5 keywords, any one keyword you find, it is present value. No other keyword is there, it is future value. Sinking fund is there, it's a future value. Okay. Next, after this, what you will do? You will go ahead and you will apply the formula. So this would be your thought process, my dear friends. Whenever you are having any sum on annuity, this will be the thought process of annuity. Okay. So I hope the point is clear, everybody. Enough examples we have done. Now let's go to the sums and let's try cracking few sums. So I said you present value of annuity due as well. No. Question number 20 we have already solved, my dear friends. Question number 20 I solved it as an example. Just now I solved this question number 20 as example. Let me show you where I solved this. This is question number 20 itself. How much we got the answer here? We got the answer as 7360. Present value of ordinary annuity 7360. So I'll say this is your question number 20. So answer is 7360. Okay. Next. Seven, 3, 6, 7. Now let's go for the next question. Let's go for question number 21. The present value of annuity of rupees 5,000. The present value of annuity of rupees 5,000 per annum for 12 years at 4% per annum. How will you do, my dear friends? You will do 1 divided by 1 plus I. 1 divided by 1.04 equal to symbol 12 times. Then you will press grand total. After that, you will multiply with 5,000. 1 divided by 1.04 equal to symbol 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Grand total. You will get 9.3850 into 5,000. So it's simply 46,925. Approximately 46,926. 1 rupee there and here, it's completely fine. Now, question number 22, I will not do it now. It's an important question. We'll do it at the last. Question number 23. A person bought a house paying 20,000 cash down and 4,000 at the end of each year for 25 years at 5% per annum compound interest. Cash down price. So what do you mean by cash down price? Cash down price simply refers to an installment system of purchasing. If you are purchasing on installments, what will be the purchase price of that? Here, how much he paid, my dear friends? Already he paid 20,000. Every year he's paying an installment of 4,000. What will be the present value of all this 4,000? Or what will be the purchase value? Okay, if you pay the cash immediately and if you take the asset, how much cash you will pay immediately to take the asset? That is called as cash down price. So what is cash down price? Cash paid immediately to take the asset is called as cash down price. How will you calculate? You will calculate using present value. Let me explain you this question number 23 more clearly. Question number 23, what's happening? He's telling a person bought a house by paying 20,000 cash down. Already he paid 20,000. Now how much he is paying? he is paying 4,000 at the end of each year. 4,000 at the end of each year. For how many years he will pay like this? He'll pay like this for 25 years. So rate of interest is 5% and I will be equals to 0.05. Now I need to calculate the cash down. Cash down means if I make the whole payment immediately, what will be the price of that? If I make the whole payment immediately, what will be the price of that? Means all this 4,000 rupees, what is there, I'll go ahead and I'll bring it to present value. Okay. So how will you compute? How will you compute present value, my dear friends? Present value of ordinary annuity of 4,000. Simply what I'll do? I'll do A into present value annuity factor. A is 4,000. Now how will you get present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1.05. I'll simply go ahead and I'll press equal to symbol 25 times. Then I'll press grand total. Let me do 1 divided by 1.05 equal to symbol 25 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Grand total. You will get 14.0939. 14.0939 into 4,000. So simply 56,375.77. 56,375.77. But be careful, my dear friends. This is amount which you are paying through installment. But this is the amount which you have already paid. You paid 20,000 plus 56,000. Now additionally you are paying. You already paid 20. Now you are paying additional 56. So combined, how much would be the cash down? So total, how much you are paying from your pocket? 76,375.7. 0.77 or 74 or 73, anything is fine. So what does cash down refers? Cash down refers the present value of all future installments, plus if you are paying any special amount now, together you call it as cash down price. Okay, if I pay cash and if I take the asset, what would be the price? That's called as cash down price. So I hope it's simple, my dear friends. Now let's proceed to the next one. 76,375. Now, question number 74. A man purchased a house valued 3 lakh. He paid 2 lakh at the time of purchase and agreed to pay the balance with interest of 12% per annum compounded half yearly in 20 equal half year installment. If the first installment is paid after 6 months from the date of purchase, then the amount of each installment is, let him pay any installment at any time. What is happening? Already 3 lakh loan you have taken, you paid 2 lakh rupees. Now see here, let me explain you this. Add a page, add. So what happened? A man purchased a house. Question number 24. A man purchased a house valued rupees 3 lakh. In your ICM material, some logs all are used to solve the sum. It's quite simple. A man purchased a house valued 3 lakh. He already paid 2 lakh rupees for this. Means extra how much he should pay? Extra 1 lakh he need to pay. Now he is telling that he will pay this for every 6 months. For every 6 months, he is going to pay this. Okay. Next, what he is telling? Rate of interest is 12% per annum. But he is telling you will pay in every 6 months. R is given for the whole year. I don't want for the whole year. I want I for only 6 months. What it will be? You remember we used to do in compounded quarterly, half yearly, the same thing. I by 2. So 12 by 100 whole divided by 2. That is 0.06. compounded half yearly in 20 equal half yearly installments. N is equals to 20. Try to understand, my dear friends. He has purchased a house valued 3 lakh. He already paid 2 lakh. Now 1 lakh is pending to be paid. This 1 lakh he is telling he'll pay in equal installments for the next 20 times. 20 installments he will pay. Means for every 6 months, 1 installment he'll pay. Since he is telling for every 6 months, 1 installment he will pay. If R is 12%, obviously for 6 months it will be 6%. Now, this is present value of ordinary annuity. What is missing? A is missing. Every year, how much you will pay means A, right? Annuity is only missing. What's happening to this nonsense thing? Now, you remember A into present value annuity factor will be present value ordinary annuity. Then can I say A is equal to present value of ordinary annuity divided by present value annuity factor? Obviously, sir, I can do cross multiplication here and I can tell I both. So what is the value of A? A will be present value of ordinary annuity divided by present value annuity factor. So 1 lakh whole divided by. How will you compute present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1 plus I equal to symbol n times, that is 20 times. Then GT, grand total. 1 divided by 1.06. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Grand total, you will get 11.4699. 11.4699. So 1 lakh divided by this amount. We'll get 8718. 8718.45 we got, but in option he gave 52. It's okay. Approximately some y we need to fight for the 10 pies, 7 pies difference. You're taking 8,000 rupees and you're fighting for that 7 pies difference. It's very bad. Okay, 3 lakh rupees is the value. 2 lakh you already paid. Now 1 lakh you need to pay. He's telling 1 lakh will be paid in installments. So what is the installment amount? What is the value of A he is asking? Okay, A into present value annuity factor will be ordinary annuity. So present value ordinary annuity by present value annuity factor will be A. Simple, sir. Simple. Now let's go for the next one. Alibaba borrows 6 lakhs housing loan at 6%, repayable in 20 installments. How much would be the annual payment commencing at the end? So ordinary annuity or annuity due? Ordinary annuity. How much would be the annual payment? Means what is missing? A is missing. Okay. Now, my dear friends, you remember just now I said you if A is missing, how will you do? You will do present value of ordinary annuity divided by present value of annuity factor. Now coming to question number 25. Alibaba borrows 6 lakhs. So present value of ordinary annuity is 6 lakhs. Rate of interest is 6%. So I is equal to 0.06. N is equals to 20 installments. So A will be equals to present value of ordinary annuity divided by present value annuity factor. So 6 lakhs whole divided by what will be present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1.06 equal to symbol 20 times grand total. 1 divided by 1.06 equal to symbol 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Grand total, it will be 11.46992. So you will get 52,310. 52,310.74 you will get approximately 311. So what is the answer, my dear friends? Answer is 52,311. Quite simple? Yes, sir, quite simple. So 25th one. 52,311. Now, I want you to solve one sum before proceeding further, my dear friends. Which sum is this? I want you to solve this question number 29. Loan of 20,000 is given. So present value of ordinary annuity is 20,000. It must be paid in 20 installments. R is given as 4%, so I will be 0.04. So if you want the answer, what you will do? A will be equals to present value of ordinary annuity divided by present value annuity factor. How will you get present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1.04 equal to symbol 20 times grand total. This information is no use. Okay. Please go ahead, my dear friends. Pause the video, solve the sum and check your answer. I hope you solved it, my dear friends. So present value annuity factor will be 1 divided by 1.04 equal to symbol 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Grand total. So it will be 20,000 whole divided by 13.590. So you'll get 1471.63, approximately 1471.61. For 0.02 pies, you should not shout. Okay. So I hope question number 20 is fine. Yes, sir. So question number 29 is fine. Yes, sir, it is fine. Now let's come back to our questions. Now question number 26. Appu retires at 60 years, receiving a pension. I said you pension also you'll be using present value only. Receiving a pension of 14,400 paid in half yearly installment. Be careful, my dear friends. 14,400 is for the whole year, but this 14,400 is paid in half yearly installment. Means in each installment you will get 7,200 pension. For the rest of his life, after reckoning his life expectation to be 13 years and interest rate is 4% per annum payable half yearly. What single sum is equivalent to his pension? That's not pension, that is pension. So what is this pension commuting? Pension commuting means many times what happens, people will get the pension for every monthly basis. Sometimes some people, they don't want the pension on monthly basis. They want experienced people want all the pension at a time so that they can make some investment on they can get return, or they want to purchase some house or somewhat like this. In those type of cases, we do something, we go to government and we ask government, please give us commuted pension. Commuted pension means entire pension together at a time. In that case also, you will be doing present value of annuity itself. Since question didn't say anything, it will be ordinary annuity. Simple, game over. Let's do it. Why thinking too much? Question number 26. He's telling the present value Appu retires at 60 years, receiving a pension of 14,400 paid in half yearly basis. So paid in annual basis, so it is 7,200 paid in half yearly basis. After reckoning his life expectation to be another 13 years. In 1 year, he'll receive installment 2 times. So in 13 years, how many times he'll receive installments? 26 times. The same thing, my dear friends, we used to have a formula P into 1 plus I by 2 whole power 2n. In compound interest, compounded half yearly. I used to do whole power 2n. The same thing I'm doing, but instead of doing in terms of formula, I'm directly doing it. Rate of interest is 4% per annum, payable half yearly. So it will be, I will be equals to 4 by 100 whole divided by 2. That is 0.02. So present value of ordinary annuity, how will you calculate? A into present value annuity factor. So 7,200 into. What will be present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1.02 equal to symbol 26 times grand total. Let's do it. 1 divided by 1.02 equal to symbol 26 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Grand total. I hope you got 20.12. 20.121035. So it is 1,44,871.45. Approximately 4.1. Again, for 4 paisa, 0.04 paisa, you should not shout because you are getting 1 lakh rupees. Yes, sir. Simple point. Nothing much difficulty. Now, so question number 26, what is the answer? 1,44,871.41. 870.41 he gave, 1 rupee less he gave. It's okay, no problem. Dude, you're getting lakhs and lakhs of money. You should not think for 1 rupee, 2 rupees. Don't do such type of chiller things. 1 rupee, 2 rupees, I'll fight. No. Now, question number 27. The present value of annuity of 400 payable at the end of 6 months for 5 years if the money is 6% converted semi-annually. Okay, present value of ordinary annuity is asking. How will you calculate present value of ordinary annuity? Present value of ordinary annuity will simply be A into present value annuity factor. Now, what is A, my dear friends, here? The value of A is 400. How will you get present value annuity factor? 1 divided by 1 plus I. Be careful, it is 6% converted semi-annually. For the whole year, it is 6%. Then for half year, it will be 3%. So 1 divided by 1.03 equal to symbol. For every 6 months you are getting, means in 5 years, how many 6 months are there? Means in 5 years, how many half years are there? 1 year contains 2 half years. 5 years contains 10 half years. Grand total into how much this fellow is making? 400. So 1 divided by 1.03 equal to symbol 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grand total into 400. 3412.08. 3412.08. Simple, sir. Simple. Now, question number 28. Already we have solved in examples only. I have solved this sum 28. I'll show you where did we do this 28. Let me come back. Where are you, 28? Acute sum, where are you? This one. This is your question number 28, my dear friends. Okay. The same thing, I've solved it as example, so no need to solve that. Okay. Let me come back. So what will get sir answer? I don't remember. I hope you got the answer. This is of no use. You can cut it off. Now, question number 30. Suppose your mom decides to gift you 10,000 every year starting from today. Starting from today. So is it ordinary annuity or annuity due? Annuity due, sir. Okay, for the next 5 years, you deposit this money whenever you receive it at 10%. What is the present value of annuity? Try to understand. We are supposed to compute present value of annuity due. How will you do present value of annuity due? Present value of ordinary annuity into 1 plus I. Do we have present value of ordinary annuity? Unfortunately, no. How will I calculate present value of ordinary annuity? I'll simply do A into present value annuity factor. Now, what is the value of A here? How much your mom is gifting? 10,000. Present value annuity factor, how will you get? 1 divided by 1.1 equal to symbol 4 times grand total. 1 divided by 1.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, grand total. 3.1698 into 10,000. You have 31,698. 31,698. So 31,698 into 1 plus I into 1.1. We'll get 34,868. We'll get 34,868. No, sir, there is no 34,868. Be careful, he's telling next to 5 years. He's not telling next to 4 years, he's telling next to 5 years. Sir, why the hell he gave whole part 4? That's the reason I said don't consider that. Next to 5 years is telling. So you will press equal to one more time. Equal to 5 times and then you will press grand total. Let's do it. 1 divided by 1.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grand total. We have 3.79078 into 10,000. So 37,907.8. So 37,907.8 into 1.1. So you have 41,698.65 you will get, but approximately let's take 70. I said you already for 0.05 price you should not fight. So I hope it's fine, everybody. All the present value sums, they are quite simple. Only one present value sum is pending. That is this n value computation is missing. Question number 22 is pending. Other than that, we have completed everything. Okay. So I hope all these points are clear. Once go ahead and let's try revising all these things.